Sue Cush owns a small business called The Withered Herb. She makes herbal products and teaches herbal medicine, culinary herbs, and gardening. I chose to spend a day volunteering with her because of my own interest in gardening and herbs. We met at our local library in White Salmon, Washington, to put together a presentation on the basics of gardening. At the end of the day, we went around the back to the library's garden, where she agreed to tell me a little bit about how she became interested in herbs and gardening.
Nobody in my family gardened. Everything was purchased at a store. So, this was before the internet. So I had one book, and that was how I learned how to fail at my first garden attempt.
Like many in her field, Sue believes food should be our first medicine. This ideology is highlighted in her own garden design.
And I'm very pragmatic type gardener. You won't see ornamentals in my yard because that's wasted space as far as I'm concerned. You could plant herbs and food plants that are just as gorgeous as most ornamentals. I think initially I got sucked into the plant obsession collection routine where I had a small herb garden and I would go to a nursery and then I would go to a plant sale and I'd come home with 3 more plants every time, and I finally ran out of room and then I had to extend my garden, but I wasn't really using them. I was just getting to know them. It was like early dating with the plants, just kind of checking them out, seeing how they behave. I have a very deep relationship with herbs right now. My whole life is centered around plants and the seasons, and I think it's the most peaceful I've ever been in my life. I'm thrilled to see that in the last 2 decades there's been a huge awareness and awakening of the need for local plants, the need for local food. But we still march into the pharmacy and the grocery stores to buy our over-the-counter remedies. Most of us have access to basic herbal remedies in our front yards if we just let some of the weeds grow. It's really about taking back your health, and one of the reasons why so many people are engaged in local food is because of health reasons. They want organic, they want to know their farmers. So let's extend that to the medicine that we take. And I'm not saying to replace pharmaceutical because that would be irresponsible. Returning to the kitchen and the garden to grow food and cook food, we can take it one step further and grow herbs and make simple remedies. So start with what you know. A culinary one like rosemary. Thyme we use in our soups and then it sits there the rest of the year. Thyme is highly antibiotic. So if you steep it in some vinegar, you have a great little cure for a sore throat. And then look at your weeds. So instead of trying to get rid of your dandelion, eat it. Pull the roots. That's one of the best liver support. The Chinese believe that tea is the first medicine, and we should always start with tea. And start with the basics. You don't have to engage in a lot of reading and research right off the bat.